to go to the grocery
But
store.
shit like they do, people like us watching it when you're in Florida, as I did the weekend
Yeah.
before that. I watched the whole thing. It looked bad.
Well, yeah, if you get a bad hurricane go out.
Aren't you interested in the world and the ocean?
He's interested in making a noise in the world with no fucking teeth in. Yeah, you know what? People on this channel start encouraging Chris to wear his teeth. Okay? Tell him you don't need to see his uvula shaking every fucking minute. I mean, yeah. If he's going to yell and scream like that, he needs to have his fucking toofies in. There, now I've told everyone. Yes. 2 people? Well, that's great. Well, guess what? I'll say it every time I come in here when I see this. And I'll just be going, yeah. Everyone, tell him to put his fucking toofies in. They're for you guys. They aren't for him. He doesn't care if he has them in. They're to make him more attractive to you. I mean, you think it's hillbilly heaven over here. Well, we need to correct that misperception by sticking in his fucking toofy so he looks like a regular person that's taking care of their teeth. Okay?
He's handsome. He'd make you more handsome.
Yes. And you don't see his uvula dancing every time he says something. Yeah. Now, do you guys get your ass in here into the living room and help me pick up the dog shit? You're coming in with me? I want Chris to just see me picking it up because I was told by that bitch, that lady that was here, that I said, well, what's wrong with that? He can see it. I didn't say what's wrong with having dog shit all over the house, but I was going, well, he that. It's all, yeah, but I mean, Susie, they poo all day.
I know. I don't know why they would go out and see it. Here they go.
Yeah, you come in here.
It can be a memory or a feeling. Comfort. It all starts with Snuggle. 2 new IHOP lunch and dinner menu items for twice the goodness, twice the flavor, and twice the choice. Sirloin Salisbury steak and all-natural salmon. Perfect for lunch or dinner. Only at IHOP. Download the app and earn free food with every purchase.
Why do nearly 1 million businesses choose Stamps.com to mail and ship? Stamps.com is convenient. You get the services of the post office right on your computer. Stamps.com. With great rates for USPS and UPS. Mail letters, ship packages, anytime, anywhere, for less, a lot less. Get our special TV offer, a 4-week trial, plus postage and a digital scale. Go to stamps.com/try and get started today.
Ferrero Rocher, smooth chocolate, crunchy hazelnut, lovingly layered and wrapped in gold. Ferrero Rocher. Shop Pandora Jewelry and enjoy 30% off your total purchase November 21st through 29th. Enjoy Black Friday on your favorite pieces. Only at Jewelry. Living with plaque psoriasis, Otezla can help you. Don't use if you're allergic to Otezla. Otezla can cause serious allergic reactions. It may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Otezla is associated with an increased risk of depression. Tell your doctor if you have a history of depression, suicidal thoughts, or these feelings. Some people take Otezla reported weight loss. Your doctor should report weight and respiratory tract infection and may occur. Tell your doctor about your medicines and if you're pregnant or planning to be. Ask your doctor about Otezla today.
You to go out the back. He can't see you. Okay. All right, go. Angelo!
Sophia, you're looking terrific. We haven't changed a bit in 40 years.
Angelo, you're a priest. You should lie.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Before the trip, I said an extra 50 Hail Marys in case I felt like cutting a loose. Dorothy!
Uncle
Michelangelo. It is so good to see you, Dorothy. You know something? You look more beautiful now than you did on your wedding day.
We could just use up all 50 Hail Marys on that one.
Danny, you're still a funny guy. You've got a sense of humor still, eh? He's gonna make you laugh like he used to. No, not really. But then again, I haven't seen him naked lately.
Would you listen to those two always with the quips?
Sit down with me. How the children? Oh, Uncle Angelo, they're all grown up. Kate is an interior decorator in New York, and Michael is a very successful musician.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed Michael didn't want to go in the novelty business with me.
Yes.
Where's
It was
my
a
face?
crushing blow. He decided to join Boston Philharmonic instead of selling rubber doors.
The rest of that was
The novelty business.
both on the road again.
Very nice.
Again, but it did that. Later, it was real hard. At least I could move.
They adopted them. After Asian babies.
Look back to them, it was so bad.
Could I please see you in the kitchen?
At least stretch it to pop it. Instead of being frozen.
Hurry back, Mama Bear. Papa Bear gets lonely without you.
I think things are going very nicely.
Say it, Mom. I'm going to tell Uncle Angelo the truth.
It's only for a couple of hours more.
I can't do it. I'm pretending we're married, acting as though nothing happened. It's making me crazy. It's time to take my heart to medicine.
You need a glass of water to take your pill?
Not Bill to take a shot of scotch. 12 years old if you got it. Uncle Angelo, I have a confession to make. Good, I get him a scotch and we go in the closet. Now it's about Stan and me. You know something, Dorothy? On your wedding day, Sophia told me she said your marriage is never going to last. It made me very sad. And now to see you and Stan so happy after all of these years, it all remains a heart of good.
Come on, honey.
And as soon as that, Uncle Angelo, I was so glad I disobeyed the doctor's orders.
I'll just leave the stick in here because I don't get it myself.
Now what do we
I mean,
say?
I don't get me wrong, I like it.
Yeah, me too. But see, I don't use it that often. I mean, I will use it, but see, that's why I like having it. Just as an alternative. Or for Chris likes it better, it's better for him. It's no big deal. But see, I find that I just prefer to do, or I just normally just smoke a hit when I'm burning.
Right.
I like it. I mean, fuck no. I'm doing shit. I mean, you know, the damn world don't revolve around you.
Why are you two dressed like that?
These are our costumes for the play, Dorothy. We were in the middle of dress rehearsal when they told us all to go home right away. We saw hurricane heading for Miami.
No, I think I will take a slice of cake. Hello. Uncle Angelo, I'd like you to meet,
I'm Sister Gold. We're here collecting lingerie for needy, sexy people.
What? You're full. You're piss and vinegar today. Is anyone watching? No. No.
I think he felt really bad about choosing that.
I think he just needs to take a dump. That's the answer to everything, isn't it?
No, he didn't.
Pee or dump. For me, it is. If I don't feel good and I take a dump, then I do.
But I'm talking about he didn't eat much of Johnny.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have some lot. When I put it on, guess what? It'll be ready about dinner time if I get busy on the stuff right now. I'll put that bitch in that oven. I'll baste that motherfucker. I'll make it fucking perfect. And you will be going yummy, yummy, yummy. Yeah, and you'll smell turkey. You cooking yum cheese. And they were having a talk, I can't remember who was, but they were having a talk about turkeys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was going, I heard they just grow them without heads anymore. That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they just don't, they feed them through a hole in their, where their head should be. Where their head should be, they stick stuff down there to make it.
No.
I remember Gary's grandmother and our grandmother talking about ringing their necks.
Well, yeah, Dad told me that we saw that shit.
Well, so Gary's grandmother, Gary said, the way she told it again, but I mean, it was just a normal thing.
No, it was, yeah, well, that came into clearer focus when I, saw that they owned a freaking chicken farm. I mean,
Why
man,
did we not know that?
I mean, it's because, you know why?
Why?
Because grandmama didn't want us to think they were a bunch of hicks that were growing chickens, and that's exactly why.
Well, there's not.
I don't know why she didn't mention the damn chicken business.
I know.
I mean, they had more ads in the 1895 Owensboro, Kentucky register of such and such and such, and we have these, and they sold chickens and eggs and whatever kind you wanted and shit like that.
So
And
that's,
I mean, one of them was they said it was a leghorn, and I put under the caption because see, you can whenever you say one, you can put a caption under it of what it is, you know. And I just put in GGF sells foghorn leghorn. You know,
that's good though.
but
I mean, I just don't know why that's.
I've forgotten what
They
even.
did have that.
I mean, they did it. They didn't just do it for a while.
They did.
They did it for. Well,
Then
see, though, the thing is he traveled. They all traveled a lot, and
But they
I
did.
think that great grandmother was the one that did all that while he went off and had adventures. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
basically,
Right.
or something
But they
like
did-
that. Because this was in the 1890s. He'd come home, knock her up, and then go back out and do whatever it was he was doing. He was doing his adventures and stuff.
Okay, so the house he built, that was where she was, of course. It just looked
Yeah.
good. No, is it?
Well, I don't think, no, that house, that wasn't where they lived until after, till before Grandma was born.
Like
They built
late
that house
1800s.
probably a year or two before she was
Okay, in the early
born.
90s.
Early 1900s.
So, but that's probably how he got the money for the chicken farm. I mean, to build
Well,
the house.
yeah.
I'm trying to put it together
Uh-huh,
here.
yeah. Well, see, there was a lot that didn't ever come up.
Shame.
Of course, well, yeah, the thing is, yeah, after the people are all gone.
I don't know, but that's it. We didn't have a whole big family. I don't know
Well, see,
why.
no, I'm the only one in the family, though, that even went in and did any research on all that stuff.
Imagine that feels good,
Uh-huh.
you know?
I mean, oh, I got a message from someone on Ancestry today.
Oh,
He said that he had done some research. He had some research on 3 Todds that he mentioned. And I didn't reply to him. He said, may I send you a copy? And I didn't reply to him yet because that could be a way for someone to fucking hack you. I don't know.
yeah.
But on the other hand, I got to research this William Todd first and see who he is. Because, see, the Todd family doesn't go real far back on my tree. I lost the thread somehow, and I just, you know. One gal wrote me, and she was black, I think, or something like that. And she asked me about something and whatever, and I told her, I said, well, you can use my tree for any research you want. And I told her, I said, I found the Todd line hard to distinguish. There were 2 distinctly separate branches of Todds that came to this country that were not related. And so that makes things complicated.
Yes.
She was like, I thought we didn't have that trouble. And I'm going, well, you're probably wrong. In a few
My
places.
mother was so good at, I don't know why she didn't extend it. You know, she was.
As far as Grandma was concerned, I mean, they did this. She gave me the Todd family tree. It was about this long, rolled up in a scroll. She had it wrapped up in aluminum foil.
And for you.
It was for me.
Yeah.
And I gave it to Sarah, or I left it in my trunk or whatever. But anyway, it only went back to
This
to WL's parents. And I mean, shoot,
Yeah, that's not
I've
enough.
already taken Georgia Augusta Hines' line all the way back to about 800 AD. I mean, so yeah, I know where she came from.
She probably
She's one, okay, on the Todd side of the family that I've researched so far, she is one of the ones that get our trees, the tree from my maternal side and and our side of the family, me. And then they're both the same for the rest of the way up. And that was an exciting moment when that happened because, see, all of a sudden, I was surprised that my mind was good enough to remember any of these people's names. But I came across some of these people doing Georgia Augusta Hines back, and I'm going, that name sounds familiar. And so I go to that name, and what you do is you go in and you merge with a duplicate. It has a little thing there, merge with duplicate. And the person you're on, okay, so let's say someone from back to 1500 or something like that. It was real familiar to me. Well, I would type in their name and a merge duplicate, and it would come up, and then you merge those two people together, and they're in both trees. I mean, so that's where you join the family lines together. So I ended up getting this humongous. Like I merged duplicates and duplicates and duplicates, and after that, all of our family trees were the same. Mm-hmm.
So then that's a lot of work. That's the work.
Oh, when I first found some royalty, I don't know. Some people would probably say obsessed, but I mean, I was at my computer. Well, that was the first year. The first year that we had, right, it was when we got that money. And I knew I wasn't going to go to work for at least a year. And I got started on doing some of that. And as soon as I found royalty, the first person I found was Oliver Cromwell.
Okay.
Okay, and he was the one who chopped off King Charles I's head. And yeah, they killed the king over in England, and then he ruled. Okay, well, he was. Yeah. But anyway, after I thought, well, I mean, I'm not happy being related to Oliver Cromwell. But anyway, then not far beyond him, I saw a woman by the name of Joan Tudor.
Okay.
I went, oh, who's that?
Yeah.
And of course, went in there, and I mean, two generations back, it was Henry VIII and all of these other people. Went all the way back to Charlemagne in the 800s. I went all the way back. A Roman senator by the name of Tontinius from 500 something AD. He was one of our relatives. A Roman senator. In 500 AD. He probably lived in Constantinople.
That must have been a crazy time.
Oh yeah, no, there's two. There's two great grandmothers that we go all the way back to royalty. Lizzie Duffy's mother. Okay, Miss. Yeah, her mother. I took her mother's line, and she goes all the way back to the exact same freaking royalty. They all go back to the all of our family is.
Well, that means
After a while.
we've got something going on in the Griffith too.
So what is her name? Eliza Clements.
See, that was
Okay, now she was Clements, the ones that's where that bullshit about Mark Twain started coming up. Okay, she was a Clements. Well, anyway, take, and I even have it on her profile, Royal Line, and you take it all the way back as far as you can go, and you find, William the Conqueror, Eleanor of Aquitaine, King Edward the First, King Henry the First,
Wow.
Second, Third. But the weird thing is that we were related to all of these French kings and queens from the
Okay.
early medieval times all the way up until around whenever these people that started getting their heads chopped off took over. I don't know when that was. We're not related to Marie Antoinette or any of them. All of the kings and queens that we were related to are before all that.
Okay. So
Much
we
older.
weren't that bad. I mean, as far as.
Oh no,
That
but
was
I
very
mean,
good, yeah. I could see her that way. You see her like if you could see her right now as grandma's mother in those pictures outside the house or whatever they're doing.
my grandma would freak out. She'd freak out even seeing 2 generations back from her. I found pictures of some of her family
That's
that
good
she
to
probably
know,
never saw.
though. That's good to know. I love it. That's why I wish I would have known more about her.
Well, when I see my pictures on other people's hints and stuff like that, in a way, I'm kind of jealous and greedy. But I'm going on the other hand. I mean, there is no need to see. Many people have private member trees, and I could do it if I wanted to. Just make sure that nobody could look at my tree,
Right,
because I don't know what these people are doing Ancestry for,
yes.
but they think it'll lead someone to their house, practically.
Oh,
But anyway, I mean, you have to ask their permission to come onto their tree, and I'll be damned before I'm going to call some stranger and say, "Can I look at your tree?" So forget that. But a lot of people are like puckered up assholes with their shit, and so I just share it all.
good.
And I
Yeah,
mean,
you can
everybody,
always
Rachel.
fix it when you're tired of it, you know what I mean? Just a copy, can you make a copy what you have now?
I can copy anything that I have.
I'm just sure.
And but see, on everybody's profile, especially the ones that we have all the pictures of here, I've uploaded most of their pictures up onto their profile. So if somebody goes there, I mean, there's 50 or 60 pictures of them, with just all 4, 5, 6 pages of photographs of them. And on their Find a Grave websites that tell where it is, and you can see the grave and everything else, I put pictures of them up. When you go to Cecile Todd, there's a great big picture of me. Yeah, and I keep checking on it to see if probably her son. Well, see, I got a notification here about 6 months ago or so that Cecile's Find a Grave profile had been transferred.
Wow.
To somebody else, her son probably.
Right.
Anyway, though, the thing is he can't take down the pictures I put up there. And so whenever you go there, it's just a big picture of me, that one that's hanging in the sitting room. And a picture of Debbie and everything but Sarah and Cecile. Oh yeah, I put a big picture of Debbie and a picture of me sitting on Dad's lap where I cut Sarah out. And so that's what you see on
I don't remember him at the service for your dad because Cecile's like at least.
well,
I always wondered what he looked like.
I mean, you know what? If it were up to Cecile, he would have been buried just like Ivana Trump, just thrown in the dirt out and the thing and throw poor concrete over it. You want to dance? Anyway. But after I found all that royal, all that other shit, there's just as many lines of regular people that just migrated from the United States.
For everyone.
Having a lot of adjustments. There were many members on the side of the family who came from the same county in North Carolina in the 16, 17. Horry County, North Carolina. Horry. That's where our health care is. Your family and mine. had a heavy presence in North Carolina during before and during
I told you about these small butterflies, and it didn't know. And she turned over there's Cheryl, made by Cheryl, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
So I knew that,
Mhm.
but I was amazed that I saw a chair that they made. You know, that name, it's not, I mean,
Yeah,
it's hard. I never not went
it's
not
very
spelling McCracken or Cheryl easy because, you know, Cheryl, the people, they don't, 2 R's, 2 L's.
I know. But I mean, it never bothered me.
I mean, it doesn't
But,
bother me.
you know,
I just always,
I personally don't like the name George. I think it's hard.
oh,
It's hard for me to say.
you know,
I have always had trouble saying my own fucking name for some reason. Some
well,
quirk
no, you don't.
in me just makes it hard for me to say, especially if I'm talking to a stranger on the phone or something.
Yeah.
I all of a sudden find I can't say my own name. Did it come out
Well, it's a
right?
classy name, and that was a
Oh.
classy voice.
Well, Linda went to battle with a guy who came over to have dinner with us and for drinks with Dad one time. It was Sarah. It was our bedtime,
Right?
and so Sarah and I did the customary good night peck on the cheek to Dad and Linda, which I was fine.
Yeah.
Getting all that crap over. But anyway, and that guy's there. Well, anyway, and I was awake. I could hear what was going on in the den kind of, but I wasn't paying attention. And Linda just went off on this guy because he said, "What the hell kind of name is George?" You know, and they were talking, and Linda told him what her other kids' names were, but they weren't there.
Yeah.
You know, and whatever. And this guy was going off on our names, and you know.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, but he was just going, I mean, why George? You know what I mean? What Linda should have said, well, I don't know, I wasn't there. But that's it all.
Your name for George.
But you know, she said it is a good, solid, old-fashioned name. My God, George Washington. I mean, King George III. I mean, damn. You know, but anyway, but this guy went off on, I would have not, if he had said something like, what the hell is a Clyde? I would have said, yeah. Where'd that come from?
What happened there? What happened?
Her older brother's name was Clyde Barlow.
Oh, okay.
He was Dad's. He was 15 years older than her and didn't give a fuck about it. Just bothered her all her
I'm sure your
life.
dad wanted to see him.
Oh well, Dad knew him.
Yeah.
He was the same age, and when they went to Will Rogers High School. Okay, so Dad knew Clyde Barlow. Dad knew him before he ever knew Linda at all. And Clyde Barlow, I remember once I stopped in front of before they redone Will Rogers and all that. I stopped at the main entrance where they had the flagpole because Linda had said that her brother Clyde Barlow had set the flagpole back in the 40s or whatever and signed his name in concrete. And yeah, sure, it was there. I said, you know, I drove by there a lot, and I thought, oh, one of these days I'm going to look at that.
That's cool.
And so I did. I stopped and I went and looked at it. And then when I drove by Will Rogers now,
Yeah.
you know, a few years ago or whatever, I was going, there's no way that it's still there because they've redone the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I looked at the flagpole thing. I was going, oh, that ain't it. So, but you know.
They came, that was when my mother said they got the first time back from Dallas to do.
Oh, I
And
can't
she
believe how
said-
much they had to go back and
Yeah, they
forth.
went back.
Makes us seem like fucking loser relatives is what it seems like.
Well,
to me.
she said, she
Sorry.
She said, Thomas and I bit the bullet when we graduated because we had left there, come back there, then we had to go to ride the city bus in Dallas because no one had time to take it. And that was their free time. And then he sucked it up because she used to show me her annual, which I don't know if you've seen it or anyway.
I haven't. I saw Dad's though.
Yeah, yeah, she has your back. And
I have a picture of Margaret from
she
from some of
did
that.
so good volleyball there in Dallas. Really, she got
I
into
saw a
it.
great picture of her with a bunch of
But she knew she was going to move.
yeah.
Isn't that funny? I mean, was Tom Singer trying to do more than
I
what
have
she
no
said?
idea.
I was just,
I watch her go from the kitchen window. It's easier to bay at the moon.
I remember her saying he drove every day to our TV to be at the cafe every
I
day.
have no idea what they were doing.
Is your voice falling out
Maybe we just need to walk that.
Yeah, well, they didn't talk about it because there wasn't much to talk about, I guess. I mean, like, to tell you the truth, I'd never even heard a fucking thing about Todd Machinko, and we've been driving by that building, going to the airport my entire life, and I never paid one bit of attention to it.
How long
Or
is it now?
anything. I guess about when I was in junior high, or just about to go into high school.
Yes.
That's when we had to empty out the building because someone had bought it. And I was going, and I never even knew about this
I
place.
can remember going.
Well, we went through and walked through, and I found that old radio, that I had, and the old TV. I took those things, and heavy, and but anyway. We walked all through it, and I didn't see anything that interesting, but it sure hadn't been opened up in years. And
I
so
remember there's a bunch of John Deere.
it was like a Quonset hut shit behind the, it was all metal. And the
all
front
metal.
building was cinder block, but I don't remember if I'd seen Todd Machine Company out, and I would have noticed it. But
I remember some sand, not all concrete, as a floor. I don't know why.
I don't know.
It was maybe they had 2 or 3 John Deere.
I have no idea what they were doing.
It was at the
But
end.
Dad said his hearing got ruined because he was
underneath the.
because he said he was working in boilers, riveting in boilers.
Yes, that's what my mom said.
And I'm going, and nobody ever thought about waxing cotton. Yeah, it ruined his ear. Yeah, goes back to sleep. Nobody's gonna fuck with you today. You know why? Because they all have to get ready for a Monday work day after they've all been fucked up all week. So you're shit out of luck today. You won't be adding anybody today. Sorry to be discouraging, but you just ain't. Because guess what? You wasn't happy to see me. So guess what? Nothing's going to happen today.
I know at one time,
Hush up, dog.
I want you to see because I would have him over.
Who?
Just for a few minutes.
Who?
Okay. He's going to show me a video of Corey that he's not messed up, that he filmed for this.
Oh, okay.
Should I watch it?
I don't know. That's up to you.
I think I should. Because
I watched one of that interview of Fred on Channel 4. I had it on tape. That's the only thing I ended up with.
Yes.
And I didn't watch it. One day I popped it in my old TV. I had a VCR on it.
Yeah.
And the thing that struck me the most was the sound of his voice.
Yeah.
And it was like so, so familiar, but so not for so long. It was weird.
I can't remember.
Well,
And he won't stay.
I don't remember anything. Well, I can kind of, I can remember his voice and stuff like that, but and grandmama's. I remember Margaret's voice. I don't remember Mama's. Debbie said she doesn't remember Mama's voice anymore.
Of course, I watched Solid Sarah's numbers. I don't know how to get back with her. So
Well, I mean, Dad told us about he had an IBM recorder that his friend Jerry, who was over in Vietnam, had one, and they would record messages to each other on this magnetic tape, and then all you